Good morning, ladies and gentlemen on the internet. My name is Owen and welcome to Blurb Osh. Today we're going to go down to the unit. I've just been for a blood test. I've now got to go for a hair appointment. We've got some new bits to sort the VECTRA with, and I'm going to show you them in a bit. But first of all, transition. Ta-da! All done. Apart from not having my glasses on, in a click of a finger, I've lost a lot of weight on my head. Anyways, let's now go to the unit and see what we've got. And here we are at the VECTRA once again, looking at a disrepairable mess. So, I haven't had them just yet. They were supposed to come, but they haven't come yet. Some tools. So I've ordered a grinder, and I've also ordered a 25-metre extension cable to at least run some electric over into this unit so I can do stuff with the car. We have also got one thing, well, two things really, that I paid 50 quid for, and they are here and they're in the car, and that is some used but working and usable drive shafts. So they're going to get replaced because obviously they're not leaking any grease, which is good, which is going to solve, well, two things. You know, it's killing two birds with one stone, basically, is what I'm trying to say. Where there's grease coming out of the boots on both sides, which you can see there, possibly. But there's also a knock somewhere, suspension-wise. Although the suspension's fine because that's new. The drop links seem fine and everything else. But I have a sneaking suspicion it's probably going to be the drive shaft. So to kill two birds with one stone, I'm just going to end up replacing them. It's going to be a bit easier as well because I can just pull it out, put the new one in, tighten it up. Job's a good one. Now, because I've got the grinder coming, which is going to help me out when it comes to tackling this monstrosity, which looks like it's got worse, but it hasn't. It's still as bad as when I left it. As you can see, the seat belt's there, and there's some wiring loom there. Now, in order to grind all this back to bare metal for when I do end up putting some metal around here to fabricate something to work, I was thinking of replacing the entire sill, but I think I'm going to go against that because this side's actually okay. Really, the integrity will do for now. I mean, I just want to get it back onto the road so that maybe one day I can take it in professionally and get it sorted, or maybe move the car along so I can have something else to tinker around with potentially at some point. But that totally depends. Or maybe so we can take this car and actually do a road trip with it, which is going to be in the long distance future. What I want to do is fix that, and on the other side, and get it through an MOT. There's bigger fish to fry because the brakes or the rear brakes don't work at the moment because I've had to take off the handbrake cable. But in order to sort that rust, I need to take the rear seats out. And the reason being is I don't want to use a grinder where the seatbelt is and catch one of the seats on fire. So what I want to do sensibly is take out the seats and potentially move some of the carpet out of the way so that it doesn't catch on fire. But also, although I don't want to take the seats out, it's necessary because I want to know if the rust has protruded the other way in, which is also further examining to see how bad that rust is in that corner. So, without no further ado, let's get to the stripping. That sounds a bit gay, but no. Now I already know that that is a little bit crusty because I've had to take the bung out, and that bung's no longer working really, but I'm going to tidy that up at some stage. What I want to do is I want to get over into that corner where the arch is, but I need to take out the seat, so that's next plan of attack. It appears then we might not have to take out the seats at all, apart from the back, which is good. I guess we're going to have to get these unboxed. That means me climbing in the boot. Now this is going to be fun. Trying to get into this beast. Oh, she's going to hate me because I'm wearing brand new trainers. Now, 2 bolts here. Let me put these down. It should go down a little bit further than that. Like that. Oh. Right, now let's recline this. Well, they're down enough. So just need to unbolt them. That's the goal. Now, the problem here is what T-Torx it is. Oh, and if by magic, I knew. I've done this on the Corsa before now, and it wasn't a difficult task. But it was a pain in the backside from time to time because of the climbing. So, there we go. That's tighty. And there's Lucy. Well, I suppose a budgeted build is more entertaining because I could quite easily screw this up. No pun intended there either. So what we're going to do is take out these seats, rip part of the carpet back because there's some wiring loom where the rust is, and we're going to mend it from there really. So this is where it might get a bit undignified. Right, there's one big bolt there for the seat belts, which is fun. Too small. And still too small. I'm probably going to have to get out the car anyways to try and source a tool here, which is annoying because I've just climbed in. Now it's just patience. Let's get this little bastard out first. Now it may very likely be that I'm doing this the wrong way, but I can't get this seat out. However, I've peeled back some of this, which has revealed two it's revealed 2 screws for the bracket that's holding this seat in. I cannot get it out for the life of me, but I've never taken a VECTRA B seat out before, so unless this is actually how you're supposed to take it out, I'm just going to jump the gun and go, right, let's take these out. Aha, great stuff. And as I suspected, this bracket holds in the seat. Now my Corsa, admittedly being a simpler car, its seats were not so difficult to remove. But then, this is a more complex car, in it today. Now it's removed from this part, I should be able to peel back some of this and assess what's going on in this corner, he says, which I can only just about see. So now we need to take the plastics out. This seat can move far enough away to gain us room over there. Now I'm out of the car, which I must admit was not the most dignified. I need to try and figure out a way to get these plastics out, which I'm hoping is just clips, he says. Oh, marvellous, okay. So it is. Now, we're moving that across. You can see a little bit more clearly now what's going on. So what I need to do, there's a split in this carpet. I need to otherwise fold back, if at all possible. Ow. Right, I'm probably going to come back to this later because I've got a couple of things to do. But I just want to, guys, I want to just show you something here. So, I found where the hole is, which is just behind the seatbelt. And if I turn my torch on and I crouch under here, you can see the light of day. Don't know how well you can see it, but if I move the seatbelt across a little, you can hopefully see there is light there, and that's the hole. So what I need to try and do, and I'll just show you guys now, is I need to somehow move this carpet out of the way here. But as you can see, there's a bolt right there, which is a seatbelt anchorage, and I need to try and get that out. So I'm going to go and try and find a tool, come back, get that off, move the seatbelt out of the way, and then maybe get a little bit more access to the hole. And then once we've done that, then we can figure out something else. That plastic is not going to come off, I don't think. But again, I'll have to try and tackle that later. It's come. So, let's see. So this is the grinder and the extension reel. That there is the grinder. And this here is the extension reel, which, quite worrying, looks a bit small, but it said that it was 25 meters. So let's see. And that's it. So this should be correct, he says. We'll try this out another time, but that 25 meter cable, there's quite a bit of it, so that should do the job, he says. And I've also got switches here, also power, and 4 sockets there, which is great. So that'll be good for the unit, even if it just reaches to the door. That way I can then put the other extension reel in and work it from that. So that's good. So we've got that. Now, the main one is the grinder. Right. I've already dropped it. So there she is. There's the thing for it. Great. And with this, bearing in mind this was like 31 quid as well, you get the cover, obviously. They provide you with a couple of these cutting discs. Well, yeah, grinding wheel. This as well, which is what we're probably going to need a lot of. And there's more than one in here, there's a couple of others here. The lock key. What's that one there? And another cutting wheel there. So we're all good on that basis, which is fantastic. Now, probably not going to use it at this part of the video today, but we have them now. We have them. So now we've got them. That's progress. Now I need to get that seatbelt out to see the rest of the rust on that mount. So let's crack on with that. Right, here goes nothing. I can see the bolt. Hopefully I'll have enough leverage, he thinks. Strokey says. And it looks like we're getting there. So take this bolt out, move out the seatbelt out of the way, and then inspect further. There we go. There's one seatbelt mounting point out. I'm going to keep the bolt in it because that way I know it's not going to go anywhere. Now I need to do the seat, so I should make short work of this now. Right. Oh. There we go. Once again, I'm going to leave the bolt in the seat. Now I know. So hopefully, what that means, now at least, I can just lift that up there. And now, I can get better access to what I need to. This loom here has got these sort of plastic runners in them. Now I'm probably going to have to get them out of the way somehow, because oh dear, oh fuck, cramp. Sign of getting old. I'm not even old yet. I have a feeling I'm going to break this seat like that. Right, this is probably the best position I can get myself in, to be honest. Right, so as I was saying, this is the loom, which I imagine goes to the fuel tank, because that's what it looks like. It could be completely, I could be completely wrong here. So obviously I can see light down here, daylight, but what I need to do is get these clips off here. How? I'm not sure. I'm going to work that out. I think that pushes and lifts, he says, with a pinch of salt. Push and lift, or just pull it, whichever floats your boat. That's right. There's another. That one just come off anyway. And you got this one. Like that. Right, okay, so this is now flimsy and loose. That's what we want. Okay, so here's my discovery. So the carpet's up, as you can see. There's the hole. Lovely. Luckily, that hole there, on the left of the gaping hole in the car, is where the seatbelt anchors to. Which, of course, is that. No, it isn't. It's that. Okay. Which looks a bit rusted itself. Now, When you come over here and you look at it from here, it looks like it's got worse. But you can see where the cable is, which I can now get to. Move that out of the way, ready for when I eventually use the grinder. Now, you may notice I bent the carpet on the side here. It'll all reform back into shape. There's a clip there. I'm going to have to cut the carpet in order to sort of peel it further back later, because this bracket ain't going to come off. Here's to some 26-year-old carpet. And thus I don't give a fuck. I must reiterate as well, space is a problem in this unit. Right. This will all go back to shape, guys, don't you worry, it'll all go back to plan at some point, just not yet. And there we have it. One very, very rotten, well, seam sealer by the look of it there. The wiring is okay. The mounting point there is okay. I've had to be very aggressive with this in order to get this off. This wiring can be moved quite easily. Thus, is not going to melt or set anything on fire, which is good. So that is a good start. But anyways guys, I'm going to call it a day for this particular section of the video. I will be continuing with this. This will be in another part where I continue this, where I'll test out the new grinder and the new cable that's come through. And then there'll be another video on the drive shafts going in at some point, and miscellaneous other bits, i.e. like the mirrors painting and all that sort. So stay tuned. If you guys want to see how this Vectra turns out, or whether it does even turn out at all, then leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And until next time guys, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care and stay safe.